Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. It's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chicago Blues taking on the Orlando Sentinels.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Orlando Sentinels and the Chicago Blues. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you take a look at our home side as we enter play here. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Orlando club, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's
A pair of 3-0 teams set to lock horns for the right to remain unbeaten. And we're off in Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game. Each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking into 3rd and 3. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them out, their signal caller. Now it is 4th season in the NFL.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 69 yards.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball of the season as they built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Young to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
On first down, McClellan. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now here's Young. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now Young. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
A first down throw for Young. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. But forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First down, Young. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Up the middle they go. McClellan, and he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. On 2nd and 7, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try the left side. McClellan, and he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Young working out of the gun. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. And that sack brings up 4th and goal. A loss of 7. Big play.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. This a 31-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that'll make it 3-0 here in the first. First and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for. That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll look to throw now on first down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. He'll get it up near midfield to the 49 before being taken down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From just shy of midfield, Young firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On first and 10, Young. And this one is incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That good for 22 and a first down. He had his eyes on the end zone once he hit the secondary, but they're finally able to slow him down.
Yeah, and I've got to look at this one from the defensive point of view. You just mentioned finally able to slow him down. They've got to figure out a way to make that at the point of attack, at the line of scrimmage, because once he gets through, he's shredding them.
Young now. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead.
We're still in the first quarter, but it's apparent they're going to have to come up with a different defensive game plan for him because right now he's kind of having his way against that defense and has added a touchdown to the list. How do you slow him down? They're going to have to mix up some coverages, maybe change who's guarding him.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and 3rd and 1 now. Back to throw here. He's going to have Walker hit, and the ball is out. And this is picked up by the defense. And he's got room. Loose inside the 30, inside the 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it.
Attempt to come here. He's got it, and it's 17-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you got a talented back, give it back to him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. Now the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll try for the first with Walker. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And Walker once more. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because This has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carr. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reed. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the campaign and 4th overall. And the Sentinels get a bit closer.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And it's 17-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Young. Looking middle, and that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. After 1, 17-7 the score on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. McClellan, and he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan, 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. To throw, Young. Going down the middle, and it's complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 24 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing, Young. This is caught. Touchdown! A A 7-yard touchdown grab. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination. But the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Orlando takes back over on offense. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, right, the same tempo, and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure.
So much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Up the middle, here's Walker. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Young to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right?
And that's caught inside the 35. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys are excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll set up a throw. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. They'll look to throw again. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Sentinels are able to cut into that deficit.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we've put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. He's got it, and the score's now 27-14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now Young. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. McClellan. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw, Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On play action, Young. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Young. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 2nd and 7, Young. Wide open receiver complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
down. McClellan. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal. He'll try again. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Mike Gesicki, his third rushing touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it, and he gets it done.
Now the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. He'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 1st and 10, Young. Throwing left side, it's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the air once more, Young. Over the middle, it's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Throwing again on 2nd down. Young. And he whips that one incomplete there. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Young. back with one complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 1 now from the 7. Now before the 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. It'll be Young again. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, where it was the visiting Steelers who were able to walk away with the road victory. The Steelers with a strong first month of the year as they up their record to 3-1. Next, we head off to check out another game. And as you see, they were losers earlier this afternoon. 26-7 was your final. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And things didn't work out for them as they fall to the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Josh Rosen leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Show up in the second half. To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. And this offense set to go now to begin the 3rd quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half. As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11 now. Go, McClellan. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Young will set to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
And they'll send out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Got his open man, it's Carr. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
2nd and 11.
They'll drop to throw. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Young. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
They'll try the left side. McClellan.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game, and a 1st down on that last catch as well.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
They'll run on 1st down. McClellan. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Back to throw. Young. This will be caught at about the 6. Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. That time a 6-play drive. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Orlando takes back over on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Running right, here's Walker. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and they will remain well behind. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. Defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action, and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
The partner is still in the third quarter, but they've got this one well in hand and still airing it out with gusto and picking up some nice gains.
And even in lopsided games like this, you don't really see starters get lifted or the foot come off the gas before the fourth quarter. No one wants to leave any doubt when they're playing well. They just want to continue the process.
Now a first down throw for Young. Going right side here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Again, it's Young.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now here's Young. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
On first down, McClellan. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
Young to throw it. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
They would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted,
and all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So it up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure it's the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard because that doesn't help them at all right now. They're focused.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
He only gave them an instant to react. It was a classic case of if you blink, you missed him. Off of the line and to the quarterback in just a couple of seconds. Running back only had a moment to react and attempt to throw a block.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First down, Young. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
From the 16, Young. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be out right at the 35. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Young. Throws right side, and that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down now, McClellan fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Young. Looking left side. It's complete. He's got it.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a give right side. McClellan. They'll get to him just inside the 15-yard line. And even after that fancy footwork we saw, a good job defensively to recover. On 2nd down, McClellan. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Blues are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. This whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw here.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I like the thinking there because right after a sack, it can be a great time to call for a screen to your running back and use the eagerness of the defense against them. Able to gain some positive yards out of this one and make things a little bit easier for them on 3rd down.
And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it, and the return will stop right around the 25.
And they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Chicago offense set to get started. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that, plus 3.
3rd and short yardage, Young. And he comes back with one complete.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
I'd love to sit down at some point in our offseason and talk to these defensive coordinators in the red zone. Tight end is obviously a big threat, yet these guys continue to make plays. Is there any other way to stop them?
Apparently not. In the red zone, like you said, that's your guy. They got it to him.
Supreme confidence in going to a playmaker.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And here he'll get it down to the 7. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Running right, here's Sanders. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I know flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Blues are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Now for the point after. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Micah Kaiser. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball. But for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Young now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Orlando takes back over on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That goes for a gain of 31. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And he wisely will throw that one away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw again.
And this one complete to Reed. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd and 6. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had a lot of chances but not much success, converting only 3 times. This will be 3rd and 6. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That was Justin Reed, the safety, who got to the quarterback.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll get this down only to the 18. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll try and run Walker. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out. Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Young on 3rd down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes, and boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the home team here, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Arizona Cardinals next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.